All right, here we are. We're back. Woo woo. We're here to talk about episode 7 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. What an episode.
What a whirlwind.
Before we get into it, real quick, as we're recording now, it's Thursday morning. There's currently a third countdown happening.
Yep.
Definitely going to be another vinyl variant.
Yep. I was nervous, but I made the Instagram caption, get your wallets out, ladies.
Yeah. But I mean, let's be real. Like,
Yeah.
That's what it is. But so something, though, that we're noticing is that every countdown, this is now the third countdown in the last week.
Yeah.
And so
Since the start, since
Monday.
Yeah. No, since Thursday.
Wednesday, you mean?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. So literally a week.
Yeah.
Wednesday, the countdown started with 5 hours to go. The countdown on Monday started with 4 hours to go, and now the countdown today started with 3 hours to go. Mm-hmm. All of them counting down to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Just depending on whatever time. So we don't even know what's going on, but that we won't know until Tuesday. We'll be able to talk about it.
We're literally having a countdown for a countdown.
So yeah, countdowns for countdown.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep your eyes peeled at 2 o'clock. I don't know what time you're listening to this, but you probably will know by now what's going on. My prediction for sure is another vinyl
variant, 100%. Yeah. I refuse to let my brain wander anywhere else.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Oh, and it is 12:12 right now. Wow.
Perfect.
But okay, so let's go. We've got the
let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Summer I Turned Pretty, episode 7. Another episode where I am just like, what the fuck?
Save my boy Conrad.
For real.
Yeah.
Like, Conrad is, no one is put through the ringer more than Conrad. But here's the thing, like, we'll go down line by line and minute by minute of the show, but leaving this episode, I feel bad for Conrad, but I'm now also finally empathizing with Belly a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I do think that Belly is so hurt and so like stuck in this feeling, like she was embarrassed and felt foolish, and it's really hard to come out of that.
Kelly, I'm so happy you said that.
Yeah?
Because I feel like everyone on the internet has been so mean to her after this episode.
Agreed.
And I really am happy that you are on my side, because I'm empathizing with her too.
Listen, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? It's
right?
like people have been there where it's like you throw your whole fucking soul and life and mind into loving someone, and they embarrass you and they push you away, and you take it for face value, and somehow that's your fault when they come back around. Like, I can understand both sides of the situation, because it's like Belly doesn't, it's really hard to love someone fully and then have your heart broken just to be like, oh, just kidding, it was all because I was thinking of you. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation, and it fucking blows.
Totally.
Like, it's not as easy as
the night before, literally the night before the wedding, 2 nights before the wedding,
no, it's
like
crazy.
The timing. Wait, I just want to read this one TikTok, because this girl described it perfectly with Belly.
Love.
She said, I'm getting so annoyed with the lack of understanding people have with Belly this season. We as the audience have gotten so much context showing us how much Conrad cares about her, but Belly's fears are rooted in abandonment. Mm-hmm. And while we have seen Conrad working hard on himself, Belly fears giving up something easier that seems perfect than take a risk that Conrad will take away that love again. Mm-hmm. Belly is being so stubborn and pushing hard in one direction because she's scared to admit that Conrad has become exactly the man she always needed him to be, while she feels like she's losing her true self, and he's the only one that sees it.
Completely chills, honestly.
Literally,
that.
I know.
But,
great analysis from
I don't want to jump ahead too. Oh yeah, who said it?
Sun. Her username is Sana Farah. SANAAFARRA. Shout out.
Love it. Shout out.
Yeah.
Not to jump too far ahead, but there is a point, and we'll break it down. But she says, what did she say? Shoot, wait, I'm looking at my things here. Oh, and there'll be a lot of discussion about it. It says, when she's talking about Jeremiah to Conrad, and he's obviously shitting on Jeremiah and whatever, and she was like, he loves me no matter what, and he doesn't take it away when things get hard. Yeah. That was like I was like, that's valid as fuck. Like, absolutely valid.
That is valid.
Fuck. And all right, so let's start at the beginning, because that's obviously we want to talk about the end, but there's a lot that happened in the episode. The episode opens up. The wedding's in 3 days. That I think is important for timelines.
Wedding's in 3 days. We're in the cousin's house. Belly is putting in her AirPods to listen to the wedding weekend playlist. Ooh. And the song is Juno, like literally gonna throw up in my mouth,
which is so unfortunate, because I love that song, but not when I'm thinking about Belly and Belly and Jeremiah.
Oh, gross. So we we're hearing a little bit of her inner dialogue, thank God, because I feel like what this show is really missing is Belly's inner dialogue and her thoughts. Because
I completely agree.
The way she acts.
Especially now.
Yes.
Like, now is the time where I want to hear her inner monologue. Like, tell me what's going on in her head.
You know, she's basically convincing herself that the surfing incident didn't matter. It was just a hubbub of a thing. But Conrad just can't stop injuring himself all of a sudden
I literally wrote, is Conrad hurting himself on purpose to get Belly's attention?
Yes.
Because obviously he is.
100%.
Like, the most transparent shit of all time. Like, he saw her, you know, jump into that, like, maternal mode, that, like, doting partner, whatever, and now he's just trying to capture that moment again.
Yep.
And he's electrocuting himself.
Literally electrocuting himself.
It's like, come on now.
It's so cute. There's so much tension between them. Like, you can literally cut it with a knife.
Yeah, it really is. I have lingering gaze that they're checking out that scar.
Yep.
It's so much chemistry. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So that kind of establishes that there's definitely still some tension between Belly and Conrad. Then we jump to the office. Steven and Denise are late to get to Cousins because they're working so hard.
At this point, I hate Denise. I hate new Denise as much as old Denise, and her character is low-key pointless. That I will admit that I changed my mind about her by the end of the episode.
Yes, she surprised me.
She surprised me as well, but at this point, I'm annoyed. And I also, obviously, like, Denise for the first however many episodes, 5 episodes, was like kind of a bitch and a power, you know, she's focused on work or whatever. And then she spends 5 minutes with Steven outside of work, and now she's like this, like, sweet as pie.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're gonna take the train and whatever. And I'm like, who is this new Denise?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Denise in love.
Yeah, like stop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So I was annoyed by her for a second, but
yeah, I agree.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, they're flirting, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're saying we'll take the train together to Cousins, whatever. So then Jeremiah arrives to Cousins. Belly's super happy. The only thing he brought to the wedding was Takis, weed, and fucking whatever the fuck else he brought.
Smirnoff Ices. And Belly calls it out. Belly's like, are we icing people at our wedding?
Yeah.
And he makes a joke about it and whatever. And look, I get that they're young and this wedding is not going to be traditional and there's going to be elements that are like, all right, yeah, you're 21. Of course, you're like bringing Smirnoff fucking Ices to ice your friends. But at the same time, it's just like he's just always such a like fuddy-duddy, like shows up with the fucking weed and he stopped smoking weed though. And it's like, I don't know, like he's so immature.
He's
like,
so
everything
immature.
about him is so mature. And I said he's such a bro with his weed.
Right.
Like, he shows up and he's like, oh.
And you know, he hasn't done any wedding planning with Belly at all. And that's what he brings is just
I've
so
just really
insane.
been working hard at work. And he brings a bag of joints.
It's like he's really just become Adam in the sense that he just puts work over.
He's so Adam.
Over his life, over his family.
Did you see that edit I sent? I forget if I sent it or if you sent it
I think I sent it to you with the Conrad
and Jeremiah and Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could play that for you guys to hear.
I know. We'll tell you.
Yeah. So he brings Takis and weed. Conrad comes out. He's got the fake smile on. He's like, yeah, we're going to have so much fun. We're going to do a bar crawl.
I said, Conrad is such a good sport with the bar planning. Like, he comes out, and for a moment, I was like, first of all, this is the best acting I've ever seen. Second of all, like, just out of a brother for a brother, not like Chris. They're all acting great.
Yeah.
But him coming out and being like, oh, what's up, bro, blah, blah. Like, in that moment, I was like, oh, no, this might be... Conrad's going to make this nice.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be like, you know, this is going to be a moment.
And that just shows how mature Conrad has gotten and, you know, the work he's put in.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I literally have Conrad is so fake, LOL, all. I feel so bad for him.
I do too, because he really is trying. And I think that, like, especially because it's his brother, I don't know. Like, we both have brothers, so we know how that is. We are not, you know, we're sisters, so it's like a different vibe. But I just could never... I can't imagine a world where, like, you know, my brother's not a piece of shit, I guess. Is really what it comes down to. Like, I don't know if I would be so anti, like, I don't know. It's just so messy for a family.
It's
you know?
so messy.
And I cannot understand it because it would never happen. You know what I mean? Like, it just is not the same.
And I do feel like they kind of touched on that later on in the episode when Annika was like, this friend group is messy as fuck.
Yes, which in itself is hilarious. So
So after Conrad does his little fake bar crawl, whatever, we go to the hotel. It's John and Laurel. They're checking in. They see Adam and Kaylee, the mistress, walk in. They kind of have a weird like conversation, and then Kaylee asks for Laurel's number because Kaylee's been planning the wedding, and Laurel's like, I don't want to give her my number, but you know,
she's like, if in case I have some mother of the bride questions and whatever. I have here, I said, Kaylee, you know, I was like, oh my God, Kaylee. And then I also was like, I feel kind of bad for her because she clearly has, but she clearly has bad taste if she's with Adam. Like, I want to feel for her. I understand, yes, Adam's wife died 4 years ago. It's fine for him to move on. It's fine for, you know, whatever. But obviously the history between them and everything.
Yeah, she knew he was married.
Yeah. I understand Laurel's hesitation. I also, like, Laurel really wasn't that bitchy to her. Like, she really held it together.
I thought Laurel was going to be way meaner.
Me too. Yeah. And the mover, she was like, oh, I've heard so much about you. She was like, likewise. I was like, good for you. Yeah. For at least saying that. Yeah. Because, yes, she's going to be nice otherwise. Because what, is she going to cause a scene at this wedding? Like, it's crazy. But I do feel like Kaylee is trying to prove that she, like, I don't know, is a valuable member of this group. For sure. Or can get along with people, can make the effort. Yes. And while she is, like, a home-wrecking bitch, I do understand. I do feel for her a little bit. And
also, Adam's it seemed like is Adam is, like, at least 10 years older than her.
At least. Also, we have to remember.
Power dynamic, too, because he's her boss.
Power dynamic, he's her boss. And we have to remember, like, who knows what she heard? You know what I'm saying? Like, when they started hooking up, like, yeah, okay, Adam's married, but maybe he was like, my wife is dying, we're separated, and I'm moving on, and she told me to move on. Like, you never know what Kaylee heard. Very true. And so I'm hesitant to shit all over her at the moment because she was so nice. But, you know, she could just be a home-wrecking bitch. Who knows? Well, time will tell.
We stand with Kaylee.
For now.
So we're back to the cousin's house. All the friends arrive, i.e., all of Jeremiah's friends.
Yeah, wait, so
Belly literally has two friends.
Belly has two friends, and it's Taylor as usual, and then Annika, who is Annika, who is
her college roommate.
Yeah. Who, again, we met at like 5 seconds after.
Yeah, she's like, you're literally my best friend for life.
We never met her in our lives. Yeah. But something at this point, I was like, oh my God, we're really gonna do a joint bachelorette at the cousin's house. Yeah. And then we're gonna go to downtown Cousins.
Yeah, honestly, it does not surprise me at all. Like,
no, of course not. Yeah. But it's like, of course, and I was like, of course Belly is having her bachelorette party in Cousins. Like, of course. So funny. They're hanging out. They're in the pool. You know, there's this. They all come in.
They start smoking weed in the house, and Belly's getting annoyed, being like, "Take it outside."
I said, "Smoke outside." Jeremiah's friends suck.
Yeah, Jeremiah's friends are obviously really obnoxious.
Wait. Also, with that, they're talking outside. Obviously, like, you know, and Annika and Conrad, and there's like, I said, don't make eyes at Conrad. He's not yours. Yeah. You know, but question. I meant to rewind it and look again. Which one of those guys is Jeremiah's ex?
I couldn't tell.
They say it,
but
Blake. I can't remember. Blake. So it's not Redbird.
No.
Who, by the way, is the worst character in the world. I can't fucking stand that guy.
He's just like such a typical frat bro.
He's the antithesis so annoying. He's the big fat sweaty drunk guy that I hate. Like, yes. And if you guys know me, you've heard me say that for years.
And it's like
my least favorite kind of person.
It says so much about Jeremiah that he's friends with a person like that.
Yes. And he's loud and he's obnoxious.
He doesn't listen.
I feel like he almost is like sabotaging it. Like he is always like pulling Jeremiah away from Belly. He's always kind of like shitting, like, because I watched it twice because the first time I was half paying attention. Yeah. And I noticed how he would like kind of neg Belly a little bit and like pull Jeremiah away. Yeah. Like, I thought that he was the ex at first because I was like, okay, well, clearly he still got feelings. Yeah. I thought that was what it was, but no, it's not.
Yeah. It's the besties. So yeah, they're grilling. The girls are in the pool. The boys are grilling, throwing the ball around, whatever. The one part from that I just want to mention was when they're talking about it in the pool, and Annika's like, oh, who here is single? Like, I want to make out with someone. They're going through the list, blah blah blah, and Annika's like, Conrad, like, what about Conrad, blah blah, and Belly's like, yeah, go for it, like, sure. She's looking away. Taylor looks at Annika. She's like, no.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, Annika goes like, oh, you know, if like Conrad, I would go for Conrad if it wasn't Belly's first love. Yes, and Belly was like, ha ha. What do you? No, it's so
she's
cool.
Like, you're so fine. You can do that.
Definitely do it. And then Taylor mouths like, don't even fucking do it. Which I think Annika definitely picked up on that.
Yeah,
like,
for
she's
sure.
Not stupid, and she's definitely heard Belly talk about it. Like, if they're as close as Belly claims, right? I'm sure she knows. She also doesn't seem like an idiot. So
no, totally.
She seems normal.
So they're back. So Taylor's in the house now. She's making guac for everybody. everybody.
That guac looked delicious, by the way.
I wanted that so bad. I'm going to order for lunch.
Me too. Like, I don't know what it was about that guac.
Yeah,
it
looked fresh.
Damn. Yeah,
and then Steven shows up with Denise at the house. I will say, my first thoughts was like, what the fuck is Denise doing here? What the fuck?
I said the same
thing. But then we realized she's not staying at the house. She's just coming to say hi.
She's stopping by.
Which is honestly good to introduce yourself to the bride and groom.
Agreed.
Or I guess she already knows the groom. The bride, shall I say.
And also just kind of be in the mix. Like, they're just, obviously it's a no frills party, whatever the fuck they're doing. So
yeah, it's like
not so bad. And she's young. She's their age. So what, she's like a year older than them, maybe 2 years older?
Yeah, maybe.
So
yeah, I get it. Like, you want to introduce yourself. You want to get to know everybody. When they established that she wasn't staying there, I was like, okay, she knows her boundaries.
Yes.
And I said,
I thought the same.
Because I typed, why is Denise there in all caps? And then I typed, at least she's being nice. I feel bad.
Yeah. I said, I can't believe Denise is here.
Yeah.
And I have that throughout here like 5 times until I totally change on her.
And then, Denise goes outside to go talk to everybody. Then Steven and Taylor start talking about Denise. Taylor's like, no, we're friends. Like, I'll be your wing woman. She's really trying to be... She's really trying to be like...
It was cringe for me.
It's like, Taylor, girl.
Also, but it was cringe, not just her saying that and doing it, because obviously we know her, like, her motives, or we know her, how she's just trying to overcompensate and make things okay. For Steven to, like, believe her and, like, think that it's all fine and to, like, just eat that up because it's what he, like, wishes he could hear. That is what bothered me. I was like, Steven, get a grip.
Yes.
Like, use your brain. What's happening here? You know?
Yeah, I hated that whole dynamic.
Me too.
It's just awkward, and I feel for Taylor, and you kind of understand why she's doing it later on.
Of course.
But yeah, so, and then all of a sudden they're dancing.
Gia?
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
What
like,
the literal fuck?
No, I just was like, cut this whole scene. Like, cut it.
All
cut
of
it out. Of course, Belly is the type of person who's going to do a routine at her wedding, a choreographed routine at her wedding.
But wait, here's the thing, is it doesn't even seem like Belly wants or cares about this.
No.
It seems like it's all Jeremiah who wants, like, a dance battle. And now Belly has to, like, do this whole thing.
Yeah.
And they're dancing or whatever. And by the way, the dancing, I mean, it was fine. But they were all, like, trying really hard.
The tweet that you sent me was so fucking funny. Like, it's like, Adam's business associates watching Belly, Taylor, and Annika's Blackpink choreo at their wedding.
No, I was dying. I was like, what is this slutty sorority girl dance that we're doing right now? Like, is this Greek week? Like, that's how that felt.
That's exactly how it felt. All my my sorority sisters and I, like, when we were talking about our group chat, we were like, my God, this literally reminds us of, like, Theta when we had to, like, do a routine
Greek
dance.
Week. Yes, like, it's crazy. And then, but I was dying at them. Like, they're doing the dance. They're sick of it. They look miserable doing the dance. And then Taylor's like, what? Don't you guys want to go viral? Yeah. And they're like, no. That's when I was like, they don't give a fuck about
crazy lie.
this.
Don't you guys want to go viral? So funny.
Those are the
Taylor always has those lines.
She really does. But she, like, really cracks me up.
Yeah.
Because even that is, like, very funny to say. But I have a question. Obviously, these pieces are, like, added to the series. Like, that's not in the book, right? Like, where they're doing a dance routine and she's like, do you want to go viral? Like, the books are too old for
I can't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I feel like those moments are where they're just trying to bring it, like, they're
more
trying to timestamp it for now.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can always tell because they don't ever really fit. Like, they always seem so strange.
And Conrad dancing was so cute.
It was really cute. But again, the dancing with the guys was the most offensive thing I've ever watched. Like, Jeremiah. Jeremiah with this.
Jeremiah, and see, that's why Conrad is cute and Jeremiah's cringe, because Conrad dances and, like, he knows he looks stupid and he's silly, whatever.
And he's joking.
Jeremiah, like, is dancing and he thinks he looks so hot.
No, it was
He's
gross.
like body rolling. Like,
he's like flirting. Oh, and Denise is, like, sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
As like the placement Belly.
Yeah.
She's playing, and she was being very funny in this. She was like, this is so cringe.
It's
like, yes, girl.
She was like,
agreed.
ew, I do not like this at all. Yeah. And Jeremiah
was taking the opportunity to flirt.
Yeah. And Jeremiah was really feeling himself, and I just hated that so much.
So bad. So everything about it was horrifying. Like, my brother was texting me too. He was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Put those thrusts away. Stop thrusting. Stop thrusting.
Enough. Absolutely enough.
So after the dance routine, Jeremiah and Conrad are talking on the couch. Jeremiah says that Adam offered him a full-time job, and Conrad's like, "Wait, what? Like,
shock, surprise.
Is that something that you want to do?"
Are we surprised by this? I kind of was. But I also wasn't.
Maybe in the beginning of the season I would have been more surprised, but like with Adam being like, "Oh, you've been really taking a lead here," blah blah blah, and he found that mess up. So like, I guess I'm not that surprised.
True. So right, he doesn't seem, it's so like, oh, he didn't even finish college. He's doing like an internship with his dad, and his dad offers him a job so he can then do his classes online, but like be working this full-time job. Like, yeah, of course, it's like ideal scenario for someone in Jeremiah's position. But I feel like with all the shit that he's been getting at work, it's like this is just going to make it worse.
And
almost.
like Belly's literally giving up Paris, but he's going to take a job. Like, it's just like, and
in
obviously,
Boston?
he's like, obviously is not his priorities are not straight, and
really
he's
aren't.
just slowly morphing into Adam, and I think
he's just thinking about himself.
Yeah,
when he's supposed to be thinking in a
duo
unit now.
Yeah,
he's supposed to have of his partner, and he's just not.
Yeah, and I think Conrad kind of starts to get a little like frustrated. He's kind of being like,
he rolled his eyes.
Yeah, he rolls his eyes. He's like, you can do so much better. Jeremiah kind of changes the subject after he says that, and is like, he says, "Thanks for fixing the house and looking after my girl," which is just weird. Like so weird and really so unnecessary. And Conrad just like doesn't say anything, and the conversation continues on. This is the first we're seeing of Jeremiah in this episode specifically, kind of like trying to have like a pissing contest or like a tell him what's what. Like, thanks for watching my girl. Girl. Yeah, like that's weird to say to your brother, and you guys have been all friends for your whole lives. Like I feel like that it's it's got threatening undertones. Yes, exactly. Threatening undertones for sure. For sure. So Belly's cleaning up some of the empties and all that stuff from the party. Conrad comes in, starts helping her. They're talking. All those White Claws. Yeah, oh my God, so gross. And they hear a vase shatter, and that's the vase that they got together when they went to Michael's. I know. And Conrad goes, "Our hurricane vases." Wait, but why did he call it hurricane? I feel like I missed them calling it hurricane too. Me too. Because when they're in Michael, she's like, "Should we get the little ones or the big ones?" I saw that clip, and he was like, "The big ones." She's like, "Me too." But then what was the hurricane part? Like, is that what they were called? Yeah. Or what? Like, maybe that's what they're called. I don't know. I missed that too. But that was a hilarious part. Yeah, our hurricane vase, which is so cute and sad. Like, at least they're getting used or whatever. And they had like a really sweet moment. And in that moment, it was like, oh, just like old times. Yes. And then Jeremiah walks in. He's like all over Belly, whatever. And, he starts helping clean up because Conrad is helping. Yeah. And Belly's like, "Jeremiah and I can do it. We got it." And it's Conrad is sad. It's also like, of course, Jeremiah's friends are breaking glass. Yeah, right. Cousins. Like, this isn't some rager. It's the middle of the afternoon. And literally. And there's 10 of you guys. There's 10 of you guys in total. And all you're doing is like smoking weed and drinking White Claw. Like, it's not like you're ripping shots and it's you know what I mean? It's like, how did that even happen? Yeah. It was Redbird. It literally was Redbird. Yeah. It's the fucking worst. So then, oh God, this scene was just so brutal. Oof. Brutal. Belly's getting ready. She looks amazing. So gorgeous. And so hot. Jeremiah comes in, he's like, "I haven't seen you in so long. I miss you." He's a little toasty, he's a little tips. Yeah. Belly's kind of like, "Oh, like we have to get ready. Like everyone's going to be here soon." They start making out. And then Jeremiah's like, "Oh, we can like, we have some time." She tried to deny him from like hooking up at least 3 times. Yeah. And he just kind of being like, "We have time. We're like, you can just tell she like wasn't in the mood. Not into it." Yeah. And I just said like they have no chemistry whatsoever. Like the entire time I was watching them make out, I was like, "Oh, this is really, really painful to watch." It was so brutal. I said, worst sex scene ever. Belly did not want to be there, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. 0 sex chemistry. Yeah. Like absolutely 0. And I don't even know what they played, like a song I never heard before, or maybe I've heard before. Yeah, I haven't. Girl, Gyrl. I meant to look it up after because I don't really know the lyrics. Gyrl. I haven't heard that song either. Lyrics. Oh no. It's so confusing. That's not it. Oh. Girl song lyrics. Girl song. Gyrl. Oh, I think Girl is the band. The band? Yeah. Okay, so then they played some song by the band called Girl, Gyrl. I don't know, but it sounded kind of like sweet at first and like a little bit
you know, like Bon Iver-esque maybe. I don't know. And I was like, oh, okay, is this supposed to be a sweet moment? But it did the exact opposite for me, where I was like, I'm literally uncomfortable watching this. And if that, obviously that's the intention, and that, you know, they knocked it out of the park, because it was so, and I feel like that's a girl experience where you're in the middle of something, you're focused on something else, and like your boyfriend comes up and he's just like trying to fuck, and you're like, I'm not, like, I'm busy right now. I'm focused on other things. Like I'm not now gonna like take myself out of whatever I'm up to make sure that you feel good right now, when you have selfish intentions. Like you're not noticing that I'm obviously in the middle of something. Like Belly was clearly like stressed out, or like panicky or whatever, like worried, and I don't know, just not feeling like herself. And instead of like being a sweet husband, supportive, whatever, he comes in and he's just looking for sex. And I hate that. I hate that for Belly, and I hate Jeremiah for that.
100% agreed. So then after that, they are out. Oh, besides that, sorry. After they have sex, they're like in bed, and they're like, we should meet up tonight after the party, because like they're gonna go their separate ways for the bar crawl.
And downtown cousins, they have to be across the street from each other the whole time.
So Belly's like, let's meet up. We're gonna do our like twin telepathy to figure out where they go. Jeremiah says the pool. Belly's like, oh, I was thinking beach. I was like, they literally think they can read each other's minds when they can't. They don't know each other.
They can't.
Like, obviously Belly wants the beach. Belly loves the beach. Like, it's always Belly with the beach.
It's always right. It's always going to be the beach.
Yeah. So
did you see that side by side, the photos? It was like, of course Jeremiah wants the pool and Belly wants the beach, because Belly's memories, like romantic memories of the beach, are like her and Conrad. And Jeremiah's romantic memories with Belly are like in the pool when they made out and they like fucked in the pool. And And you know,
100%.
Like, he's just one track mind kind of guy. Can't
and like without her even realizing it, she's thinking about Conrad.
Of course.
So they agree that they're going to meet up at the beach after the bar crawl.
Yeah.
So then they are out on the town. The boys are drinking, the girls are drinking, they're about to get shots, and Annika asks who's better in bed, Jeremiah or Conrad.
Hilarious.
And then Taylor goes, no, I have a better question. Who's bigger?
Crazy questions by the girls. I know. Crazy questions.
But like valid, honestly, valid.
And she didn't answer any of those questions. So I'm like,
no answer is an answer in and of itself.
Exactly.
Yes.
Another thing to note in that moment is, they go into this bar. Belly goes up. She's looking for shots. She requests 10 shots for, for this game that they're playing. And the bartender gives her 10 shots for free. Yeah. That's crazy. Especially in like a beach town.
Yeah.
But also the game they're playing essentially is like, you have to take a shot for every
your
guy
body
you
count.
Slept with. And I said, if I had to take a shot for my body count, I'd be dead.
No, I
would be dead.
I'd be in the hospital.
There's not even the hospital. Like if it was like, oh, take all this and you're allowed to go to the hospital, like I would be dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way. So
I probably need my stomach pumped, like maybe, like
I need my stomach pumped like a quarter of the way through.
Yeah,
like, there's no
right.
In what world? So
that was so funny. So, the lack of answer is a big answer. And then it kind of goes to the boys. They're talking. Conrad and Steven are talking. He asks about Denise and they're like, oh, she's she's great, whatever, blah, blah. And Jeremiah goes, she's as hot as Taylor.
She goes, oh, yeah. He goes, I'm just not sure what his problem is. Like, she's cool and she's smarter than you and Steven, and she's hot, just as hot as Taylor. Like, I don't know what his problem is.
And I always clock that because I feel like Jeremiah low-key calls Taylor hot, like,
all the time.
Every, like, other episode, you know?
He calls her hot all the time, and then he called somebody else.
Even Conrad clocked it too. I feel like he was like, what? Like, why would you say
what
that?
The hell is this?
He had like a facial, like a quick facial expression.
Totally.
To where it was like, what the fuck?
Well, Jeremiah is always calling people hot. Like, he's sex obsessed.
Yeah, and it's just weird. Like, don't call your fiance's best friend hot.
It's weird.
So then, they're continuing on the conversation. Steven's like, oh, what about you, dude? Like, there's so many hot girls tonight. Mm-hmm. And Conrad goes, it's Jer's night. And, it's like, well, because I'm still yearning over the same girl for the past 4 years.
Because I still want his fiance.
So then we go to Laurel and John. Mm-hmm. They are at dinner, or they're sitting at the bar together. She says that Kaylee's texting her nonstop. And John's like, she's only texted you 5 times.
Yeah, which is a lot. I think that John, I wrote here, I said Laurel and John are the most mature people on this entire show, and I ship because they had major ship, because they had a really real conversation. And again, like, it kind of ties back into the Kaylee of it all. Mm-hmm. John was like,
she calls her like Kiki.
Yeah, calls her yeah.
Which is funny.
Like, Kiki's texting me. Yeah. But I think that John made a really good point, being like, you're not mad that Kaylee's here and she's texting or whatever, you're upset that Susanna's not.
Yes.
And immediately Laurel's like, yeah, that's the fucking thing. Like,
so
and
sad
it's true. Like, again, it's been 4 to 5, almost 5 years at this point. Yeah. Not that means like, oh, we get over it, we forget about our friends. But of course she's still grieving. Of course it's dredging up a lot of memories. Yeah. This woman being here, whether she has the right to be here or not, it's gonna... She's got to put her emotions somewhere, and she's channeling these emotions into anger towards Kaylee when in reality she's angry and upset that her best friend died of cancer and is not there for her son's wedding.
Yep.
100%. Very mature conversation.
Yes. And, Laurel starts to get her flirt on. She's like, remember my bachelorette party? Like, we went to the strip club, and then I came home and showed you some moves.
She's like, I never had one. I never had one. He's like, how do you not remember? Like, you and Susanna went to the strip club or whatever. Then she goes, yeah, I'll have to remind Steven that his first lap dance was in utero.
Yeah.
It's like, Laurel.
Which is crazy. Laurel has no filter
She went to the strip club pregnant. Yeah. Like, okay, girl.
She's so
Pop
funny.
Off. No judge.
And then she's like, and then I came home and I showed you what I learned. And she was like, I could show you again tonight. And John was like I don't want to, after like the stress spiral that you went in after like we hooked up, like I don't want to do that again. And she was like, are you sure? And then they started making out. I'm like, okay, get it, girl.
Listen, their kids are busy doing their own shit.
Yeah.
It's time for them to reconcile. It's time for them to come back. They don't have to worry about, they've lived enough life now that they can come back together. 100%. And I really am going to ride hard for that, I think.
The girls are walking through the streets of Cousins. Annika stops into like a candy store. So it's Belly and Taylor. They're standing outside the store. Belly's crunk.
Yeah, crunk as fuck.
She's telling Taylor that, she loves her. She's so appreciative of everything she's done for her with the bridal shower, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, and you got my mom to come. Like, I have no idea how you did that. Taylor's like, no, I didn't. I thought that I thought something else.
She's
blah,
changed
blah, blah.
her mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Belly's like, oh, that's weird.
She's like, I tried. Taylor was like, I tried to get your mom, and so did, and Lucinda also tried to change your mom's mind, but neither of us were successful.
And you can kind of see it on Belly's face that she's like, weird, huh? She turns around, we see the boys, they're turning the corner onto the same street. She sees Conrad. She's like, I can't, like, Conrad has been helping me like my entire life. He's gone out of his way to help me my entire life. And then Robin starts playing. Way to go, Tiger. And it's a flashback. Higher. So cute. It's a flashback.
So cute.
All the boys want to go to their arcade. Belly wants to play. So little Conrad's like, okay, meet us in an hour.
Little Conrad's in charge of all the kids.
Yes.
Cute.
So she goes to this glass store. She's playing with the little unicorns. She loses track of time. And sorry. She goes right to the glass blowing shop, and then she's there for 2 fucking hours on the floor. 1 hour. He said meet us back in an hour.
No. Oh. She was there for 2.
Oh.
Because she got there at like 10 after 3, and all of a sudden it's like 5:20, and then when she like freaks out,
right,
she
I forgot about the clocks.
sat on the ground with these 2 glass unicorns for 2 hours, loses track of time, and then goes downstairs, and he's like, I told you to meet me an hour ago.
Yeah.
I only know because I literally watched them back to back.
Right.
And
it was really cute, and little Belly's like, I was playing with the unicorns.
That girl, I love the little Belly, that actress.
She's really cute.
I'm so obsessed with her. She also, though, or what was I going to say? Conrad is so eldest kid, and she's so youngest kid. Yeah. It's cute. And that was a good, normally I know I've said on recaps past that I don't love when they flash back to them being kids and try to compare Conrad and Jeremiah. I liked this one because they didn't really, it wasn't like comparing Jeremiah. Like, he was just off doing what he was supposed to be doing. Like, it wasn't like him being a dickhead and Conrad like, here, Belly, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a genuine moment, I think, where Conrad was, scared for her and also, and just to show the difference in like maturity and,
always just very protective of her and everything.
Yeah.
So the flashback, we see the flashback. Conrad comes up, they start talking with Steven and Denise, blah, blah, blah. So as the boys are kind of going to the next bar, Belly's like, wait, can I ask you a question? She asks if Conrad talked to her mom. And he says, yeah. And she asks.
He's like reluctant at first. He like doesn't want to. And I'm not sure what that is. Like, is that him trying to
I feel like he's kind of like maybe a little like not embarrassed, but like like, I don't want her to know that I'm still like going out of my way to like really try to help her.
Totally. Or maybe that, I think that, and he's like, you know, maybe he doesn't want her to misconstrue his intentions. You know what I mean? Like, he did that for her, not for her to know that he did that.
Right.
Versus like, if, you know, he's not trying to get credit for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, and, you know, she asked why he did it. He's like, because it was important to you. And he's like, because it's like it's because like it's like what you like, or what you always wanted to picture, or what you've always pictured.
I think he said, he's like, he's like, I just want you to
have exactly what you've
pictured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is just so sad.
I know. And the wording is important later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Belly, you know, starts to tear up. And then like Steven and Denise come and they're like, let's go, whatever. So, and then Taylor's like, Denise, come with us. Like, come with the girls. And I thought that Denise was going to be like, no, I'm going to stick with the boys.
Me too.
But Denise is a girl's girl. She's like, okay, like, let's go, girls. Ready to go out with the girls instead.
I said Taylor being a genuine girl's girl here for Denise. And I said Denise also not being lame.
Yes. So shout out. We're like, okay, Denise.
Yeah.
And Belly's like, give me a gummy right now.
Give me those gummies.
That was so funny. Like, after that whole interaction with Conrad, she's like, I need a fucking gummy.
Yeah, she's like, gummy.
ASAP.
Taylor's like, are you sure? You never get high with us. It felt like a Dare commercial.
Yeah. Belly's such a straight edge.
Yeah.
So then the boys are drinking.
She's like, how much could that gummy be? Like 5 milligrams?
Literally,
like,
probably. And she's like off her ass.
Yeah.
It's like my parents.
For real.
For real. So the boys are drinking at the bar. Jeremiah's like, oh, I can't get too drunk. All the boys are like, Steven's like, oh, Belly's already drunk anyways.
Belly was hammered.
And, you know,
wasted,
even Conrad's like, yeah, dude, it's your night. Like, and I could tell on his face that, you know, Conrad's trying to sabotage
that was
a little bit.
That was a little devil on his shoulder.
Oh,
he's like, go ahead, man.
Yeah, he's like, take the shot.
And he was starting to, like, Conrad will slip in and out of that fake ass tone. And sometimes it's more believable than others.
Yeah.
Like, in that moment, it was like, it's your night, bro.
Yeah.
And that also was a little bit of, like, threatening undertones.
Right.
You know?
And with, you know, not jumping too ahead, but with the conversation that he has where he's like, sometimes I hate him.
Yeah.
It's like, you could really tell in those moments.
Totally.
So, you know, they're taking shots, blah, blah, blah. Jeremiah puts his arm around. I wanted to fucking take my fist and pound it into his face during this scene.
Crazy fucking
I don't know
scene.
how Conrad didn't freak the fuck out because that smug fucking look on his face. I'd never seen something so arrogant and annoying in my life.
Bad. Shouts to Gavin for his acting because it was sinister.
Yeah,
and
sinister.
Was it supposed to be? I saw people going back and forth being like, I think that maybe you know, in the book, the delivery is like a little less threatening and whatever. And I was like, no, I like it like this.
Yeah.
I think that this interpretation of it.
He knows exactly what he's saying.
No, exactly what he's saying. And what did he say? He said, he was like, hey, he's like, you've looked out for me my whole life.
Yeah.
And I love you for that. He's got his arm around him, whatever. And then he's like, but just so you know, like, me and Belly have each other now.
Yeah, he's like, we're going to take care of each other now.
Yeah. And it's like, you get that, right? Or no, she's like, she's my family. Like, she's my family. You get that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like a little bit, what the fuck? And Conrad was like, yeah, man, I get it. Like,
yeah.
And again, it doesn't seem like Conrad is drunk or drinking at
no.
all. Like, does he even
He
have
said
a
he was
beer
driving. He said he was driving.
Got it. And there you go. So Conrad is fully sober. Jeremiah is now drunk at this point, being like with an arm
really
a little
being
too close.
Territorial, being really arrogant, and just you get that, right? Like, we're gonna take care of each other now. You can't even take care of yourself, Jeremiah. You literally have credit card debt when your dad pays off your credit card. You can't read an email. You have to do a whole nother fucking semester. You break shit. You still smoke weed all the time. You smoke weed in the house. You lie to Belly. You cheat on Belly. Fuck you. I can't even deal with it. Like, it's just like, you can't take care of yourself. Why do you think you can take care of Belly too?
It is crazy for him to think that he can.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. Like, that, it's a level of delusion that it's just a different planet he lives
just
on.
wants
he
to,
thinks,
he doesn't,
I'm going to take this job with my dad and I'm going to make money for me and my wife. And it's like, it's the world that you're building in your head for you and Belly is fake.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not, it's not real. It's not sustainable. It's not going to make her happy.
It's not the world she wants. Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Absolutely
crazy.
So frustrating.
Hate that moment.
So we're back with the girls. Belly's crunk. She's taking shots. She's taking 2 shots in a row.
She steps into that place and and I love they walk in, they're playing Girls So Confusing.
Yeah. Iconic.
So great move for obviously now it's the first minutes out with Denise for Taylor and Denise.
Yeah.
But yeah. They stomp in. Belly goes immediately to some like waitress walking around with shots, rips 2 tiki shots, and then gets on the dance floor and is like, I gotta dance this out.
Yeah. So Taylor and Denise are talking about Steven. Yeah, Girl So Confusing's playing in the background, which is just iconic.
So good.
Taylor asks Denise if she likes Steven. She's like, no, whatever. And
well, wait, they have that combo at the beginning where Taylor was like, it's cool that you came out with us. And she's like, oh, did you think I was like one of those girls that goes with the guys? And she's like, yeah, kinda. She was like, no. She's like, I just, I know them. I'm hanging around. Yeah. I'd obviously much rather be.
She's kind of like with my job, like I'm just constantly surrounded by idiots. Like it's like unfortunate. Yes, which is a great.
Who can relate? Suddenly I'm like, Denise, we're not so different after all.
So true. Oh my God, I'm so dead.
I swear, like that.
So
in that
true.
moment,
Honestly,
I was like,
okay, Denise.
You know what, Denise?
We okay, I see you, Denise. I see you.
Right.
Yes. So they're having like this really nice conversation. Basically, Taylor is like, no, like we're friends. Like Steven and I, like. I think you're the exact girl that he needs, the exact girl that's good for him.
She goes, you're the exact kind of girl I've always pictured him ending up with.
Yes, which is so sad.
Really sad.
Yes.
And it just also goes to show like Taylor has all this confidence and she is so, she's nice and she's always taking care of everybody else and she's scrappy and she knows what she wants and whatever. But when it comes to like the vision she has of herself in reality, I don't think that she thinks that she's like worthy of certain things. Yeah. And now especially not Steven. And I'm not so sure if she's always felt that way. That might be her like problem with this back and forth, but definitely after the accident and her like trying to get back with Steven and him totally dismissing her, like her confidence is the lowest it's ever been in terms of in that scenario.
100%. So Taylor basically is like, you should call him. Like, you should call him. And she's like, okay, I'm going to call him right now.
Yeah, she goes, oh, you're going to call him right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then she like disappears.
Which was funny, yeah.
Which, by the way, Denise, I'm pretty positive is that like maroon leather dress she was wearing. I think your sister has the same dress. I think your sister wore it to Ria's bachelorette party.
That's funny.
The whole time I was like,
I thought I recognized it. Yeah.
Yep.
Very cute dress, I will say.
Super cute.
Yeah. So then we're back with the boys really quickly. Steven's like, I'm going to go hang with Denise. Everyone's like, oh, you're lame, blah, blah. But he's like, I'm going to go hang with Denise. Jeremiah's crunk. He spills his drink on Conrad.
Of course.
Just being a dickhead, not paying attention.
No surprise.
And so that's kind of what's happening there.
And I'm pretty sure he spills his drink in the exact moment that he stands up being like, I love this song.
Yes.
When We Can't Be Friends by Ariana Grande is playing. Which, great placement for that song, too.
Great placement.
A+ on the music this episode.
Yeah.
All of our favorite girlies.
So, yeah, We Can't Be Friends is playing. Jeremiah stands up. He's like, I love this song. Spills on her. And then it cuts to Belly. Belly is feeling herself on the dance floor, dancing.
The edible's hitting.
Yeah, the edible's hitting.
She's doing one of these.
Yeah,
she's loving life.
Yep.
Throwing her hair back. Doing the whole thing.
Dancing like no
I'm
one's
getting
watching.
Married.
Yeah.
Like, she's ready. She's ready.
And then all of a sudden.
I felt her in that moment. I said, damn, next time I go out, I'm going to take a 5 milligram edible.
Yeah, if that's like how I'm going to be feeling.
Like, yeah, fuck yeah.
So then as she's dancing, she starts to have flashbacks of Conrad. She's literally making a Belly and Conrad edit in her head while she's dancing. Fully sobbing during that flashback, by the way.
Sobbing. Yeah. And also her flashing back to like sweet Conrad with his glasses.
I know.
Like there's just so many
young
moments.
Conrad too. Like it just shows like how in love she's been with him since literally day one.
He's intertwined with her soul, and there's no other way to say it. And in her most like seemingly in her most like relaxed euphoric moments, that's what comes flooding to her, and that's really what that's in her heart. Yes. It's crazy.
So we get this really emotional flashback. I was crying the entire time. Like it's just really sad and really cute, and like all the videos and stuff that they picked were perfect.
And We Can't Be Friends will make me cry no matter what.
Yeah,
that song,
totally.
To be honest, it's a really good song.
Yeah. So then Taylor comes or she's like dancing, whatever, and Belly's like, I need some air. Like I'm freaking out, whatever. They go into the bathroom and Belly immediately goes, oh, he got me my unicorn and he got me my mom.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Yeah.
The fuck are you talking
She's
about?
like, I knew I shouldn't have given you that gummy, which was so funny.
Hilarious.
Oh, also, I don't know when this gets established, but Conrad later on buys that unicorn that she was playing with for Belly for her birthday.
She says, well, as they're walking out, like the flashback's happening and she's like crying and Conrad's like, we're sticking together from now on. Her voice comes in, like her monologue comes in and she was like, he bought me a unicorn for my birthday later that year. The big one, too. Yeah.
Which was really cute.
Really sweet.
So this is like Taylor's very good friend moment when, Belly's kind of crashing out. She's like, the wedding it's insane, all these people, and it's at the country club, blah blah blah. She's like, and Taylor's like, this is exactly what you pictured. Like, she's like, this isn't what I pictured, and she goes, and I've only ever pictured Conrad.
Yep.
And Taylor just goes,
did she say,
fuck.
Yeah, Taylor's like, fuck. Did she say, like, Belly didn't say to Taylor what Conrad said about, I just want to give you everything you pictured, right? Like,
no,
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was like okay.
Yeah. So she goes, I only ever pictured Conrad. Taylor's like, fuck. Because I feel like, so sad. Because I feel like Taylor probably knew deep down,
of course she
that
does.
This was how she's feeling the entire time.
Taylor's not stupid.
Yeah.
I saw a thing of, I forget if I sent it to you or not, anti-hero lyrics of Taylor being like, typical Taylor, like she'll stare directly at the sun but never in the mirror.
Yeah.
She's doing the same shit. Like she doesn't want to acknowledge that Conrad's also doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
In like giving up Steven the same way that Conrad's like giving up Belly. Like she doesn't want to admit that like Taylor should be with Steven and Belly should be with Conrad.
Yes, 100%.
It's too much of a look in the mirror for her.
And then, Belly starts to kind of ramble. She's like, everything was fine until Christmas. And, nothing happened, but we just saw each other. And she's like, no, like I didn't say anything to Jeremiah about it. And Taylor asks if something happened. She says no. Taylor's like, so why'd you lie about it?
Yeah.
And Belly starts, to break down because it's like, obviously she never had to lie about it, but the feelings behind it were more than what it was.
The feelings made her guilty.
Yes.
But and here's also something I noticed in this moment, or I felt in this moment for Belly, that I do think that after she found out about Jeremiah cheating, I feel like she's almost tried to convince herself that, like, not that she deserved it, but that she also did something equally bad by 100%. Lying about seeing Conrad at the beach house. Where, by the way, girl, it's not even on the same level.
Yeah,
like,
not even on the same level.
Have sex with Conrad in that moment. Like, you didn't cheat on Jeremiah. But I feel like she feels like, okay, yes, I have to forgive Jeremiah for this because I've also done bad things. But it's like, no, you haven't.
Yeah.
Like, not even close. It's like she's gaslighting herself into thinking she deserved it.
Right,
something,
totally. And you can even tell that, like, with the conversation, too. Like, when she starts, like, defending him to Conrad. So she's like, I'm going to tell Jer. Taylor's like, no, you do not need to tell him. Like, what would you even tell him? And she's like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Which would have been so crazy.
So crazy.
I saw him at the Christmas, that'd be nuts.
Right.
To do,
so then we're back to Jeremiah and the boys. Jeremiah and all his friends are taking shots. They start talking about how Belly's like the only girl he's going to touch for the rest of his life.
Redbird,
of course,
like,
being
and again,
gross and disgusting.
Is Redbird even Jeremiah's friend? Like the stuff that he says to him and brings up, and he's like so rude to Belly. He's like fucked up to Jeremiah. He's like, bro.
Yeah.
First he's like, how's it feel? Like, or no, maybe it's that guy Ethan that says, like,
it was one of them. Yeah.
And then Redbird's like, no, man. Oh, you didn't tell your boys about the
like infamous Lacey Barone.
The iconic Lacey Barone.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up, Redbird.
So,
shut your fucking mouth.
All while this is going on, Conrad overhears the boys like basically gabbing and yapping about how Jeremiah cheated on Belly. They're all laughing, blah blah blah. They talk about how Jeremiah locked them out of the fucking room, which is fucking crazy. Insane. I thought. And then, like, his friends are imitating, Redbird's imitating, like, the noises.
In the bar,
being like, oh, Jeremiah.
Lacey screaming his name.
Yeah.
He locked out. We had to sleep outside.
It's so gross.
Certainly doesn't sound like he was obliterated and had no idea what he was doing.
No, totally not.
He was like, "Whoa, you were gone, or you and Belly were apart for 3 seconds." Like, even he said, like, it was 3 seconds, and then all of a sudden you get with the hottest girl at Finch.
Yeah, and like Jeremiah, like
shut up.
And Jeremiah's just like reveling in it, like doesn't say anything.
He's just sitting there.
Yeah,
he's hammered for sure. And I at first, it doesn't seem like he is like loving it and laughing too much. It seems like he's really drunk. He like should be more ashamed, but he's trying to act like it's like, it's no big deal. It's no big thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the vibe I got of Jeremiah in that moment where like, if he had been sober, I feel like maybe he would have been like, dude, like, don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's my, whatever. But because he was like drunk and whatever and hanging with his boys, that he felt like, we can just. Like,
I don't know. I feel like Jeremiah's the type of guy to like.
He agreed for sure.
Like brag about it to his friends.
I agree to his. Well, I mean, he literally is because he clearly bragged about it to, whatever. Or maybe, the fact he didn't tell his other friends, though, tells me that he does have some shame about it. But I don't think it's because he feels bad for Belly. I think it's like he doesn't want to be seen as this bad guy.
True.
Like, it has nothing to do with Belly. He does not care about her feelings, clearly.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like the perception people have of him.
Yeah. So meanwhile, like Conrad is overhearing this entire conversation. And as he's overhearing, Jeremiah kind of is like, all right, dude, like chill, whatever. And then he's like, and he's like, I'm about to puke. Shut the fuck
up, bro.
Yeah. He's like, I'm about to puke. He runs into Conrad, runs into the bathroom. Conrad follows him, and he's like, Jeremiah. And he's puking, so he's like, this is hopeless.
Like, whatever.
This is so fucking hopeless. Yeah. I really wanted him to just stuff his face in the toilet and give him a swirly.
A little swirly with all that vomit in there.
Oh, yeah.
Or just like I was ready for a bitch out. I was like, Conrad's going to rip him a new asshole, and I can't wait to see it. But then Conrad, like, standing in the doorway, like, kicking the door open and standing in the doorway, watching his brother, like, puking his brains out. Like, I do think there was a little bit of older brother that kicked in. But then at the same time, it's like, what the fuck? Like, he's such a, like, this is pathetic. He's so pathetic.
He's pathetic.
And I'm going to walk away,
Yeah.
Oh, there's like a reflection. It looks like a light. It's stupid.
Okay. So after that, the boys come home. Jeremiah's crunk AF. He's like, Belly, I'm gonna marry you.
Where are you, girl? I'm about to marry you.
Yeah, ew. It's like a threat.
It was gross.
Yeah, it was like menacing.
Where are you at, girl? I'm about to marry you.
Like literally run for your life, Belly.
Ew, no, literally call police. Gross.
So Taylor's like, Belly's waiting for him, like, at the beach, and Redbird's like, he's drunk.
Yeah. He's clearly about to yak for the third time.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome. Shut the fuck up. I really hate Redbird.
He's so annoying. So Jeremiah's like so drunk that he can barely even stand, and he's throwing up, so he cannot make it to the beach.
Nope.
Lucinda calls Taylor. And this is like a really sad conversation between Taylor and Lucinda.
Bad about this.
Lucinda basically is like, how is everything? And then she goes, are you and Steven back together?
Yeah. There are two sides of this where I'm like, Lucinda, let's get off the gas a little bit with the Steven stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm Taylor, I'm frustrated that my mom is constantly like
just
bringing
seems like
this
she's
up.
projecting really hard. She wants Taylor to like have this life that she couldn't have.
Completely. And it's like, you get that, but the more she brings it up and the more that like Taylor and Steven are not together, it's hurtful for Taylor.
Yeah.
And so I understand Taylor's frustration in this moment being like, no, Mom, we're not back together. Also, he brought that girl Denise and they seem really good for each other and I just want to be happy. She like explains all this mature shit. And her mom basically is like, so you're giving up?
Yeah.
And it's like,
and Taylor gets so frustrated with that. She's like, I'm not like you. Like, I'm not going to keep pining after guys that don't want me. Like, and then she like calls her pathetic.
Right. Like, I thought it was all good and fine and valid until she said it's pathetic.
Yeah.
And then her mom obviously is,
very hurt by that. And she's like, all right, I have to go. And they hang up the phone.
Super fair. Yeah. Super fair to be upset with her. And, but again, calling her pathetic is fucked up. She's not wrong in her assessment of her mom. Her mom does, go after guys who have made it clear that they like don't respect or care. This is
harsh truth.
Harsh truth.
Yeah.
And not something you want to hear from your daughter.
Yes.
Very sad.
So then the scene of all scenes comes.
We're on the
Belly's
beach.
Belly's on the beach. She's walking towards the lifeguard stand. She thinks Jeremiah's waiting for her on the lifeguard stand. Nope.
Shut up.
And she realizes that it's Conrad. Conrad's on the lifeguard stand. She's like, you should come down. Isn't it illegal?
Yeah, she's like, it's illegal to be up there.
Yeah.
Well, first she tries to like leave. She's like, oh, I'm looking for Jared. Like, she's clearly avoiding Conrad.
Yeah.
Not sure if Conrad is totally picking up on that right away or like why she'd be doing that. Obviously, he doesn't know that she's spent the last several hours like freaking the fuck out over the fact that she's in love with Conrad and not Jeremiah. But she's immediately like bitchy to Conrad.
Yeah.
And so I wrote down, I was like, not sure why Belly is acting like a bitch to Conrad right now because, again, he doesn't know why she's like freaking out or acting this way. And she even was like kind of mad and mean to him when she found out that he like talked to Laurel. And I think that all of that is just her like being pissed off that he's like stepping up. Like she wants to stay mad at him.
Yeah.
And she wants to hate him because that's the only way that she can go through with this.
She's using her like hate, her anger and being mean, I think, as a wall for 100%.
100%.
Like, I don't think she's allowing herself to realize that, like, exactly what that girl said, like, Conrad is exactly like what she wanted him to be. And yeah, like, I think and I also think maybe like a little bit of her could be upset that it's Conrad doing all these things and not Jeremiah.
Absolutely.
Like, so, and you know, Jeremiah tried to get Laurel to come and he was super unsuccessful.
She laughed in his face, essentially. And so, then she left the house. You know?
Yeah. So it
Disaster.
just, I feel like the anger that she feels towards Conrad is almost validated just because she has been hurt and she can't like see, or she doesn't want to see.
She doesn't want to see. She doesn't want to see that he has done good things and even open the door of like, well, maybe he is good or maybe I was wrong because it's too painful to dip back into that pool of like how much she loved him and how wrapped up in him she was. It's like you don't ever want to be wrapped up in someone like that when you were hurt so badly. And I think that that's all shining through
100%.
But yes, they start having this conversation.
Conrad's like, come up here, and Belly initially is like, no, like I should go back, and he's like, no, just come up for 1 second.
He's like, I'm going back to the house.
Yeah, no, that's all. That's all it takes is him just being like, come up for 1 second. Yep. So she comes up. You know, he's kind of ripping on Jeremiah for being drunk. He's like, good old Jeremiah, like still can't handle his liquor. He's like, you know, she's like, you know, give him a break. Like it's his bachelor party.
She also is like grilling him like, well, where's Jeremiah? Like, I think in that moment she was worried that Jeremiah was going to like show up at the beach and see her and Conrad there, which valid.
Yeah.
But so she's like, so where is Conrad or where is Jeremiah? Like, is he back at the house? Are all the guys back at the house? And Conrad basically is like, I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
Like, he's like pissed off. And then launches into his confession of what he overheard.
Yeah. So he's like, I have to tell you something. And he's like, he has no idea that Belly already knows. So he's like, Jeremiah cheated on you. She's like, I know. She like immediately starts defending him. He's like, why the fuck are you defending him? Like, I just don't understand. Like,
he says, you're not the kind of girl that would ever put up with that from a guy.
And she says, I put up with a lot worse from you. Which is crazy to say. Because that's just not true at all.
And then
he was emotionally unavailable when his mom was dying. Jeremiah cheated on you.
And Conrad goes, I didn't so much as look at another girl when we were together.
Yeah. So then she kind of starts to walk away. He's following her. They're on the beach now. Conrad's just like, Jesus. Conrad's just like, I just don't understand. Like, why don't you guys just move in together? Like, why do you have to get married?
Yeah.
And she's like, he's like, you know, I just don't understand. Like the country club, like all this extravagance, like this isn't you. Like this.
Yeah, so you're getting married at the country club.
Yeah.
Like he's like cutting down everything that is happening.
Yeah. He's like, who are you? Like, I don't even know who you are or whatever. And she's like, you don't know, you don't even know me anymore. Like you haven't known
me for years.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't known me for years.
And she's right. She is right in that.
Yeah.
You know? And
he's like, whatever, and she's basically like, she's still walking away, he's still following her. She's like, if you keep following me, I'm gonna scream. Which I was just like, oh my gosh, she's so immature. Like, scream.
I will scream. I will scream. It's like, okay, chill.
And so, you know, as she turns around after that, he goes, fuck, I still love you.
He's like, fuck, it's not because of any of that.
Yeah,
it's because I still love you.
Yeah. And you know, she turns around, he's like, give me 60 seconds. And this is when I really wish that we had Belly's inner monologue, because in the book, you know, she is so angry, but she still like allows herself to let him talk, like even though she's like, I should not be doing this, I should not let him, I should walk away, like all this stuff. And you can read it on her face for sure.
Totally.
But he basically...
Shout out to Lola. Lola crushed this whole scene.
Yes, she's so good at these types of scenes.
Good, yeah.
And, you know, Conrad basically gets into this whole speech about how, like, it's always been her. It's not all of a sudden. It's always, which killed me. And he was like, I look at you and, like, we laugh the way that we used to. And
yeah, he was like, it was easy, or she at one point was like, the fact that you're saying all this now is fucked.
Yeah.
And she's, which is also true, but he launches into like, I tried to to let you go and get over it, but being with you this summer and acting like we used to and talking like we used to, it's just I can't I can't get you out of my system. Is what he says.
Like in the way his like voice was cracking on like the used to's was so sad. Really like sad. Oh my God.
He says about he's like, and I all the stuff that happened, and then I saw you with Jeremiah and you guys were so happy, and he was like, and I love Jeremiah, he's my brother, but when I see you guys together I hate him.
Which is so sad. He says like I knew he was like, I fucked up so bad 4 years ago. I know you remember the motel night, like when I said I wanted you, like, and I took it back. He's like, I knew if I kept you with me, I would have hurt you. And he said, if I saw that you were happier with Jer, and maybe I could let you go. And then the whole talk about seeing her again this summer is just so sad. And then he's like, don't be with him, like, don't marry him, be with me. And she hits him with you will never be what Jer is to me,
which is so. And then she's like, he's my best friend.
And she says nobody has treated me the way that he does.
Which is
you and I were never anything.
So crazy to be like, you and I were never
so
anything.
Fucking brutal.
That's
like
the moment where she says that he loves me no matter what, and he doesn't take it away when things get hard. And that I think like is such a perfect line to describe how Belly feels, like how she's twisted this scenario with Conrad in a way to make him the ultimate villain, so she can't like love him, because it is a little bit what he did to her, being like, but it wasn't because he was trying to like get her love and then
take it away
and whatever. He wasn't capable of returning it, and so he made the decision to cut her out and to hopefully save her, but it obviously hurt her, and it's been hurting her this entire time. She's locked all those feelings away, and she's tried her best to kind of replace, so much so that she's replacing memories she has of Conrad with Jeremiah, as we know with the Rose and the Dog thing that we last episode or 2 episodes ago. And I just think that like it's really sad to see how, and this is why I feel for Belly in this moment, because it is relatable, where it's like you do everything you need to do to get over heartbreak, and in 2 seconds Conrad undid all that work that she did for herself. And I don't think it's crazy for Belly to be so upset about this, because it's like, man, what the fuck, like you had all summer to say something, you had 4 years to say something, we could have had this conversation 4 years ago, and we could have come to a different kind of agreement or a different kind of understanding, and let ourselves go our separate way before I got so involved with your brother. Now we've been dating for 5 years, we're about to get fucking married, like this is crazy. I went to college for him, like all this bullshit, and it's like it really is too little too late in this moment, and without giving Belly a second to believe Conrad, because at what point, like she believed him once, and he took it all away. So now she's just gonna 5 minutes before her wedding, and she even says, she's like, you're only saying this now because I'm marrying Jer, like you're upset and you're emotional and you like want to get one up on him, essentially is what she's implying. And I think in reality it's the other way around, but
and I think like
it's not her fault for not believing him right away.
Like in her anger, almost like she's trying to convince herself that that's like what she believes. And everything you said, just like she's refusing to let herself do it. And I will say something that's so different with the books is that it's only a 2-year time jump, and it's a 4-year time jump in the show. And I feel like 4 years makes it
4 years makes it worse.
10 times worse, and harder for her to grasp.
Totally.
And harder for her to be like, I just don't understand where this is coming from. It's been 4 fucking years.
With nothing, right? It's not like he's been breadcrumbing the whole time or reached out, or that they even got to a place where they were friends. Like this time that they spent at the cousin's house during this summer, and this like 6 weeks or whatever, is the most time they've spent together since Conrad broke up with her and all that shit. And she like, started dating Jeremiah. She hasn't even seen him. He doesn't even come home. So it's like,
so I think her anger is very valid.
I agree.
So basically she hits him with the you and I were never anything. He's kind of just sitting there dumbfounded.
Which is such a clear projection also. Like nobody believes that, Belly. Like obviously no one believes that. Conrad himself doesn't even believe that, but you can see what she's doing.
So she walks away. She's like in the dunes, and she just like completely collapses, falls down, breaks down crying. So sad. Obviously it was so painful for her to say those words to him right to his face. Like, clearly she did not want to have to do that. But her anger just overcame her, I think, and her emotions and the boundaries and walls that she had put up. So after she breaks down and cries, she just immediately kind of like picks herself up and keeps walking. And that was a very sad scene.
She does her best. I'm looking for, here it is. I think this is a quote from the book. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, chapter 47. Wait, crazy.
47.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah. It's her on the beach or whatever. And it says, only when I was sure he couldn't see me, only when the house was in sight again, that was when I let myself cry. I dropped down to the sand and cried for Conrad and then for me. I cried for what was never going to be. That's like from the book. So yeah, true to book accurate.
So sad. As
far as we can see.
I cried for Conrad and for me, which is so sad.
It's really sad because it's true. Like, it's not only is she sad for herself, but the fact that Conrad, it took him this fucking long to figure out how to express his emotions.
And I wish Belly would realize that, like, if Conrad did try this like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, like, he wouldn't be the Conrad that he is now. Like, that's why it could work this time, because Conrad has put in the work for himself and like really shown that he's like a different person.
Totally.
And I think Belly has realized that, and that scares her a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we've got Love of My Life or Loss of My Life. Oh no, that's later. Later. Sorry. Yeah. I keep forgetting.
So then Denise and Stephen are flirting at the hotel. Denise tells him that Taylor helped him. She invites him back to the room. As they're about to kiss, Lucinda cock blocks because she's at the hotel bar. She's blackout drunk. She's crunk. She's like, Stephen's like, fuck, I gotta help her. Lucinda's like, Taylor, blah blah blah. She's a bitch.
She goes. Lucinda goes, oh, is that the girl? Like Taylor. I'm sorry. Stephen and Denise are like about to kiss, and he's about to go upstairs with Denise. She's like, want to come to my room? He's like, yeah, and they're about to kiss, and then it's Stephen literally from the hotel bar, and then she's like, oh, is that the girl? Taylor told me about it. And then he was like, yeah, that's her. And he's like, oh, I bet she's a lot nicer than Taylor, that bitch. Yeah. And then she's like falling over herself.
Yeah. And then she kind of like immediately is like, oops, whatever. She's like, I just feel so bad. Yeah. Look, I want her to be happy, whatever. And Steven's like, I know.
She's like, I just want her to have a better life than me.
Yeah. Like, she says she's my one good thing, which is really sweet, Lucinda. And
I feel for Lucinda always. Yeah. Like I feel for her. I think she's just kind of a mess of a person, and she has a lot of love to give, and she means well, and she just kind of gets swept up in stuff.
100%.
I feel for her.
So Steven's helping her back to her room, helping Lucinda back to the room. We go back to the cousin's house. Belly is in the upstairs walking through the hallway. She goes into Jeremiah's room. He's starfish. He's taking
drunk.
Up the entire bed. Yeah. So she's like, fuck, okay, I can't go in there. So
I also hate Jeremiah's room, how it's decorated. It's like a little kid, like
so,
with the checkers.
The checkered bed print is awful. So then she goes into her room. Taylor's sleeping in there. She's like, can I sleep with you tonight? She gets in bed with Taylor. Taylor's like, you were out there for a while. Like, Jeremiah never made it. Like, were you with Conrad?
Yeah, she's like, well, where's Conrad? He never got back to the house.
Yeah, and, Belly's like, like you can tell she's crying. And that's when Taylor asks, like, were you with Conrad? And she's like, are you okay? And Belly's like, I'm fine. Like, can we just go to sleep? Yeah. Obviously super upset. And that's when LML starts playing. So sad.
So fucking sad.
It zooms. It's Belly. She's crying in bed. Then it goes to Conrad. He's on the porch. He's like so clearly... To me, what I thought is he's like trying to stop himself from having a panic attack.
For sure. Everyone online is saying that. Everyone's like, these are clear signs of him, rubbing his shoulders and breathing and whatever. I'm like,
he's like deep breathing. He's caressing himself. Like
he's just processing. He's processing what the fuck just happened. He had these emotions, these feelings swelling up inside him all summer long. He finally gets it out, and it was rejected. Yeah. And it's like, that fucking sucks. It's like, what's he gonna do now? This wedding is happening. Yeah. As far as from where he's sitting, like he did all he could, and
it's just so sad. He's like super, super, super upset, crying, and then it goes back to Belly. She's in the room. She leans over, knocks on the wall, and doesn't get a knock back, and then the episode ends. And I think that just shows like everything about her and Jeremiah's relationship. Like, she's knocking on the wall, she's not getting a knock back,
and he's not there.
Yeah.
I was scrolling online last night, and a few moments in the episode were direct parallels of, in this whole season, people are showing a lot of moments were like direct parallels with season 1. Yeah. But there was something that somebody was saying about how like Jeremiah used to wait up for Belly to knock and Belly never would. And so now that she is, Jeremiah's not there. Like there was something about that.
I thought
don't remember that
they
part.
always would knock to each other, like just as like a good night thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now he's like no longer
or
whatever.
But yeah, with the season 1 things.
Yeah.
So they used False God during season 1.
Yes.
And now they use it again during season 3. And they also used When the Party's Over.
Yes.
By Billie Eilish during season 1. And then they did the James Blake version during season 3. So people are thinking maybe we're going to get This Love again for season 3.
The When the Party's Over scene in season 1 is also Belly and Conrad on the beach.
Yes.
Fighting over, like, do you love me? What, like, what? I thought you always knew. Like, it's like a weird moment. That,
shit goes down on that beach.
Yeah. Everything's always going down on the beach, with Belly and Conrad specifically.
Yeah.
Like, and Jeremiah's never on that beach.
And there was also a really cute tidbit about the hydrangeas outside.
Yeah.
There was like all the blue hydrangeas and one red hydrangea. Oh, what were you thinking?
I was thinking about when Conrad was like fixing up the hydrangeas before everybody got there in the same way that Susanna did. Did you see those side by sides?
That also was really cute.
Yeah.
But also with that though, the hydrangeas, they're all blue, but there's one red hydrangea at the beginning.
No, I didn't even see
and
this.
like as episodes have been going on, more red hydrangeas have been growing. Yeah, which is so interesting.
How did I not notice that?
I know, I didn't notice it either.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, the whole scene of Belly in the bar, like dancing and having these flashbacks of Conrad, like all I can think of is Red, obviously. The song Red.
Yeah.
Remembering Him comes in flashbacks
and echoes.
Like,
yeah.
It's and by the way, this show, I've listened to Red from the Red album, I don't know, 200 times in the past couple of weeks. Like it's made me
so maybe you love Red.
Maybe I love Red, the song.
Yeah,
Red.
yeah.
I'm still making my Treacherous, and when Treacherous comes on right after, I'm like, ugh. Yeah. But I still, something about it. And again, like maybe this is me uncovering like deep-seated issues with the Red album. Like maybe it came out at a weird time and I'm just like not processing. But that part of remembering him comes in flashbacks and echoes, telling us it's time now. Like that part is so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's it when you're listening to it, you feel that like wave of emotion as if remembering him is coming in flashbacks. And I feel like if Belly is, as emotionally in tuned as she seems to be, I'm sure it's a crashing wave of emotion.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot to process. And I've been really loving all the parallels between season 1 and season 3. And
me too.
I'm curious about where you think the story's going to go on from here.
Great question, because I was thinking about it, and at this point, it's like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, they're going to call up the wedding, and Belly and Conrad are going to get together at some point. Like, it does feel like she's going to have a moment, and they're going to, like, run off into the sunset together. I'm just not sure how that works out with the family. Like, I'm getting too logistical with it.
Yeah.
In my head, it's like, duh, she loves him. She'll come to the realization they'll live happily ever after. However, what happens then to Jeremiah? Like, is Jeremiah cool with it? Is Jeremiah pissed off? Does he, leave the family? Does Adam turn on Conrad finally and think he's a scumbag? Like, at what point does it,
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Adam doesn't even know that Conrad and Belly dated.
Definitely doesn't.
He definitely doesn't.
Does not. So, like, that will be a shock for him. Now Kaylee's involved. I think Laurel won't be surprised. Like, that would never be, like, she's like, finally, thank God. She'll be happy about that. But again, like, it does totally disrupt the family dynamic. And the only world where I feel like it's fine is if Jeremiah really is like, you know what? You're right. Like, we were together for a while, but it's not right for me either. Maybe Jeremiah gets back with, his ex Blake or something. Yeah. Like there has to be something else that goes on in the middle, and that like makes it all okay. Because it is, to quote our girl Annika, it's extremely messy. Like, extremely messy. Too many people are involved. Too much time has gone on.
Yeah.
Like, if this were like the book says, a 2-year thing, I'd be like, oh yeah, fuck it. Who cares, Jeremiah? Yeah. Get a life.
Yeah.
4 years dating your brother.
It adds
having sex with your brother.
Yeah.
Going out with your brother. Everybody knows you guys
Also,
dated.
I was wrong about, I thought that she sleeps with Conrad in the book, but she doesn't sleep with either of them in the books.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
She dates Jeremiah the whole time and they don't hook up?
Yeah.
In college?
They don't fuck once, yeah. And that's why, like, the whole cheating with Lacey Barone is such a big deal.
I feel like you did say that to me. Wait, why, though? Why does she not?
I don't know.
Well, that also makes it totally less of an issue. Like, if she didn't hook up with either of them, fuck it. Who cares, Jeremiah? Whatever. It doesn't matter. But having hooked up with both of them and being
4
in a
years.
really long relationship with one of them, but then going back to the other one, it's very messy.
Very
it's
messy.
Very, very
yes.
messy. But the heart wants what it wants.
It wants what it wants, and I just want Conrad to be happy. I just want to see him smile once.
I do too.
And it'd be a genuine smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that edit, that we were talking about before that you sent me of Conrad, or of Adam and Jeremiah. How Adam and Jeremiah, the parallels are the same, but then I think maybe in that same thing, it's like Adam loves Conrad or he likes Conrad more.
Because he thinks...
Because that's what he thinks he is. Like he thinks that Conrad is just like Adam.
Yeah.
Like Adam thinks that. When in reality, Jeremiah is just like Adam.
Yeah.
And it's this very similar, I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. Like Adam doesn't want to see himself in Jeremiah because they are so similar, and he thinks that Conrad is like the best version of him, and that's whatever, which is obviously untrue.
And he's saying that and also like growing up, everyone said like, oh, he's like Adam and Jeremiah's like Susanna.
Yep.
But in reality, it's kind of the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah. Jeremiah's just slowly morphing into Adam the more and more he's like prioritizes work over family.
Absolutely. And I do think that Susanna would have known all this. Like Susanna always was like, Conrad's our sensitive boy. Like, he's our whatever. Like I don't think she ever thought he was like Adam.
Yeah, I agree.
If only she were still here. It's what Susanna would have wanted.
It's what Susanna would have wanted. I'm gonna do that every time I do something wrong. It's what Susanna would have wanted.
It's what she would have wanted.
Yeah.
But all right. Wow. What a recap.
Yes.
Looking forward to episode 8 next week. Apparently it's going to be a real doozy, as always. And from here on out, every episode's a doozy.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thank you guys for listening. Nice long episode today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the convo with John Feidelberg and all of the voicemails and DMs and stuff. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Love you guys.